Peace and blessings. Once again, this is the Born Love to God. Once again, going in hard on this Bambaataa thing, man. I'm glad that on May 7th, man, all the black media wants to get together on 125th Street and go through it. And we ready. You know, I'm ready to get the interview. You know, a friend of mine named Lois from Bronx River. She's a good friend with Star from Star and Buck Wild on the radio. And he ready to do the interview. And I'm all in, you know. But we want to go a little further than that, man. I want to tell you how he disrupted like everything about how the hip hop experience was to everybody who was around him. You know, like when he was he did a video out in DC. The first actual hip hop go-go video was done by Afrika Bambaataa in a group called Pluggo. And we went out there and you know, on the way out there, I freestyled on the bus for half an hour straight in front of Red Alert, Pow Wow, Chris Ali, the Violators, everybody from, you know, from Bronx River. And, you know, they attest to it. And at the end of me freestyling, you know, Pow Wow just threw me his hat like, yeah, man, you know, you went in hard. And so, you know, later on, when he was getting ready to do the Free Mandela video, he must have heard about it or whatever, but I had seen him and he was on his way downtown to some lawyers and to go see Professor X from the X Clan. He asked me to do some chauffeuring for him, driving, because there's no parking down there. So he was going down to somewhere like Maiden Lane down in the in Center Street to go get some checks from some lawyers that he was dealing with. And then we went to the Black Watch headquarters on 56th Street and 6th Avenue. And so, you know, we was down there, we did everything, and on the way coming back, he was like, yeah, you know, you could do your vocals. I'll let you come up to Strong City, you know what I'm saying, after you go to Bronx, you know, do what you got to do, and then you come up to Strong City, lay down some vocals on the track, and we can start that, you know, when we do the video tomorrow. So I went up to Strong City, and, you know, I was hyped up, you know, I was happy. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a good look. Boom, you know, get this on and popping. And I get up there, and, you know, we was gonna do the vocals or whatever, and then you know, here he come with his bullshit. In order to do the vocals, it was basically assessed that shit that he into was more or less part of the gratuity package from his end in order for me to lay down some vocals. So I was like, well, I guess I ain't laying down no vocals. So that was that for that. And then, you know, later on in the video shoot, my man Saladin was there, and, you know, he was doing his shoot on the set of the video. And a chick that I used to deal with named Marty from Binghamton, who was stripping out in DC at the time, she was like, you know, trying to get me to move out there to DC, take care of me and all the rest of that. But that's another story. But I refused to get in the video. Me and, you know, my co-defendant Supreme at the time, you know, I was like, yo, we not getting in there. You know how this dude is. So we never got, you know, I never got in the video. But it was a good look that the video did take place because, you know, 2 weeks after the video, they had actually freed Nelson Mandela because it was a free Mandela video. And it didn't go nowhere as a video because it was so effective, I guess, to a degree that Nelson Mandela was freed in 2 weeks. But, you know, that stymied me from really trying to really be about hip hop. So when I was locked in, strapped in Franklin Correctional Facility with Black Rob and Boosie B was up there, and Boosie never wanted to the penitentiary studios. He wasn't with it. But Black Rob was always trying to push me over there like, yo, Born, just come through, do what you gotta do. This can work. We could do something. And I was like so perplexed by what I went through with Bam. I was like, man, I don't even think anything can work with none of that. I ain't even trying to do that. I'm gonna just try to do what I was doing. And Brucey was more or less like, I'm not gonna go up in that studio, but if you was gonna really go up in there and try to do something, then more than likely I'll probably come through and see if I can help you out a little something. But you know, I really was reluctant to it. And then I seen Black Rob in '93, and he was on his way up to Yonkers. This is when Puff first started dealing with the bad boy situation, you know, and I was with Black Rob. He was on his way up to Yonkers to go to the studio up there to go see Puff and them. And I was, he left the door open for me to come up there with him. But I was like, man, it's all right, Rob, man. Go ahead, man, handle your business. And so the next thing, I was with the graffiti artist, Bio from Tats Crew. And, you know, he was pushing me over there by Fat Joe. Fat Joe was in Bronx at the time, and yo, Joe, man, I'd like to apologize to you personally as the God. I love you. I love your music. You a beautiful brother, and I never want you to feel like because I didn't speak and we didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves to one another that, you know, and we stood around each other for 10, 15 minutes, and I was so busy. I haven't seen Bio Will in so long that, you know, it just was a me and him thing. But yo, I apologize because I know that's probably the hidden reason why you didn't put the Bronx River and that Cross Bronx joint that you did with Peter Guns and Lord Tyree. You probably requested that Bronx River not be added to it because that was disrespectful on my end. And as a black man, to my black Latin brother, I love you with all my heart, man. I apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the next thing, you know, I still had an opportunity to really get into the groove. Chris Lightly and my man Frank Nitty from Bronx River was there. You know, we in front of the corner store. I'm trying to bang out a 5 because somebody threw a 5 in the dice game. We playing CeeLo, and it's a $50 bet. I'm trying to bang that 5 out, at least push to it, because I really ain't want to have to give nobody $50 at the time. I'm just coming home off a work release. And, you know, and Chris Lightly was like, yo, Lyle Cohen's that gave him an imprint deal. He got Violators Records now, and he offered me a deal in front of Frankie. You know what I'm saying? Frank is my witness. He offered me a deal and said, yo, all you got to do is come through. Let me do something because I need groups. And that's what was going on with Puff at the time when Puff was doing what he was doing in '93. He needed groups because he was undecided. Like when he had that big, the Big Mac and the Biggie Smalls thing for what they was doing. He also was thinking about having a trio between him, Biggs, and Third Eye or Jess West from Bronx River, because he was undecided on how he was going to produce this or present it to the world, because he was looking at it from like all kind of angles to make sure that he didn't have no doors that's going to get closed, because he had to come through for Clyde Davis to make sure that his imprint deal was going to stay steady. And that's the same thing happened with Loud Records and Violators Records with Chris Lightly. He was looking for groups. It's just I was so perplexed by what I went through when I went up to Strong City and Bam talking about like that sex. And if I turned that down, that's what happened in '93. I'm running around with guns on me. I'm trying to get this money up. And me and my cousin, you know what I'm saying? You know, Jamal know what it is. You know, we joints on us. We getting ready to go take some money. And this dude, you know, we just, you know, time out, you know, a little say what's up to this dude. And for him to really try to act like he can really think like, if I turned down your proposition to be a hip hop artist on your track, what makes you think you can actually look in my face where I'm with my cousin? You don't even know what we going through, man. We out here hungry. My cousin did motherfucking 21 joints, man, from some shit, man. You know what I mean? And your monkey ass is sitting there looking in his face trying to figure out if I can set up a situation for you, him, and me and some bullshit. I cocked the 9 in my pocket, and you didn't even know that if it wasn't no light outside at the time, I was going to gun you down. I would have shot you, Bam. That's my bond to you as a man. If that wasn't no light, I cocked that gun in my pocket, and I'm looking at you like I'm getting ready to light your ass up, because you really are very disrespectful to the black consciousness, man. And this ain't about your sexual identity, man. This is about the fact you don't respect nobody else. You don't got no lines that you draw. You don't draw a line and say, man, that ain't for these brothers right here, man. Let me just do what I'm doing. That's that. You didn't know what the fuck going up. If it was dark out that night, man, that would have been the end of you, man. Or at least you would have felt some slugs. Like I caught this bullet in my face, and I know how bullets feel. You didn't know how bullets feel. All right, and that's that, man. But hip hop, man, y'all won by default. Bronx River never broke radio silence. The Bronx River BX, man. If we ever assemble a mob of hip hop rappers or just a hip hop entourage, y'all get crashed out there. We'll crash anybody cars out there, man. Anybody driving fast, man, we'll crash your car, man. Trust me, man. Y'all can't deal with us in Fast and the Furious, man. We the baddest things on the planet, man. We just never got a chance to break radio silence because that babbling buffoon, because I consider myself the intellectual property of the pure hip-hop majesty, cool DJ Herc, man. That's why I always stood under Herc, man. I always said, yo, Herc, man, I got your back on anything, man. You know what I'm saying? The new and improved Herculoids, man. We here. We still in effect, man. One love. Peace.